Okay, now I'm back. Forgot to turn on the mic, but I figured it out relatively quickly. Didn't pass 31. Alright, so this is the really the fun stuff. Alright, let's do like a quick recap of some of this stuff. Talk about stuff I like and don't like about this. So we'll do like a quick fly through. Alright, so hold on a second. Oh, by the way, was this the blue-white color scheme you were talking about, main GI? This is what it looks like from the editor. Alright, so let's see here. Some of the feedback from yesterday was that this looks a little too flimsy. It looks like, yeah, and I agree. I think it shouldn't jut out. I think we should actually just cap it. You know, where the stairs are, so there isn't that actual plank. It's like just the stairs go up and that's it. I think we can like add some crazy looking window down here. To accentuate the pattern. Plus, I don't really want you going through this. Like maybe inside here we would put a window, like just right here. We were talking about the side pillars. I think let's go with. Let's go with this version with having this little piece sticking out. If it doesn't work well, we can always get rid of it. I also think we should have it kind of have more variation in the pattern. Right now it still feels a little bit too straight, like it's not coming out that much. We'll need to finish up these pillars here. And I also want to play with a grid of some sort, kind of going through this entire structure. Tyvin is king, hello. Should cap both ends with windows so as not to frustrate with barriers. I should cap with windows or not cap with windows, because wouldn't capping with windows actually be barriers? So first of all, let's call this. So let's start organizing actual game objects. It'll be helpful in the long run. Okay, let's make that a little bit wider. And I'm gonna put on the nah. I want to put in some music, but it's so hard to know which ones get flagged on Twitch. So if you want to listen to music, I'll let you guys choose your own music. All right. Okay, so we'll put this inside. Let's call this middle, okay, you know what? Let's call this like layer 1, layer 2. So we'll just call it layer 2. You know what? Let's just start. Yeah, let's do this properly. Layer 1. Okay. Actually, that shouldn't even be placed out there. I just realized because we're doing it per corner pillar, right? So let's do this with corner tower 3. And this bottom piece, they all go inside layer 1. Yeah. Actually, I don't like layer. That's segment 1. Black River Elixir, is this like Fez? It's like Fez in first person in 3D with more crazy stuff. Red Bulbs, I don't know if I should watch the stream because I don't want to get spoilered. Yeah, I mean, if you want to save some of like the visuals, it's there, but you know what? Like, I don't know if this is gonna be in the final game. I'm more just talking about general level design architecture, and it's all gonna get changed a lot. And I'm not showing any of the puzzles, so no spoiler with puzzles. But Black River Elixir, hi. I will. Here is the link. If you check just like the page below, well, Relativity game, it's on the screen. There's more of that. Fez is a huge influence. I actually met Phil Fish during E3. He's a super cool guy. I was like, I just told him that you know, Fez really inspired me, especially the meta game of Fez. If you like the meta game in Fez, you are really going to like Relativity. Can I demo the gameplay for you in a bit? Because, well, actually, you know, why don't I just go into it now, Black River Elixir, and so you can see this is the core mechanic. You know how in Fez you can do that vroom, vroom, vroom rotation? Well, instead of doing that, you can walk up any surfaces. So, and that changes how you perceive the world. Major part of the world is that it is actually a 3D hyper torus. So that means if you fall off, you can actually, the world is an exact repetition below. And it is infinite in every single direction. So this is just the navigation stuff, so there's kind of a lot of like crazy looking architecture. There's a lot of more gameplay stuff. Let me link you to PlayStation E3 Relativity. We might be changing the name too, so just keep that in mind. No, we are changing the name. We're going to announce it, a new one. It's a lot better next month. That is the plan. But Black River Elixir, if you want to kind of see more the puzzle side of it, I was on the PlayStation E3 live stream last month, And that's just 10 minutes of us talking about the puzzles at the beginning of the game. And so right now, what I'm doing is we're kind of designing this level and just kind of talking about some changes that we're doing. And also making... So it's just kind of cleaning up a lot of stuff. Oof, Arc 2. Oh dear. Why did this get... I feel like that got moved somehow. Oh man, I'm really glad to hear that you like the shading. So actually, it's actually not cell shading. A lot of people confuse it to cell shading. So like there's the edge detection, it's the edges, but I'm actually not doing any shader on the colors itself. That's actually just because there's no texture. But yeah, I want every screenshot to look like it, you know, that it could have been like a print. Yeah, you threw super awesome. Like, I honestly could not believe I was there. It was all courtesy of Sony. Can you play co-op with your mate? I guess you guys could talk about the puzzles together. I mean, if you're thinking like the Portal 2 co-op, no. At least not in this version. Yeah, no, it was super awesome. I'm like super happy because like PlayStation, they only chose like 40 games to be at E3. It was in the PlayStation booth. There are so many PlayStation games that they could have chosen, and a lot of them were, you know, they were pub fun or they're exclusive, and I'm neither of those. Like they're just really nice to me. So let's call this wall pillar. Side wall pillar. And 24. Alright, let's drag these up to... Although, do I need it? I don't think I need this piece up here. Yeah, so let's call that's the sidewall pillar. Go ahead and delete these ones. And we'll just copy this sidewall pillar over. What? Forgot to include these objects as part of these little things that are sticking out as part of the sidewall. Vertical piece. By the way, how has Phil been doing after so long? I heard he got doxxed. Phil Fish. You know, I actually don't really know him that well. I just kind of ran into him in the street and had like a 5-minute encounter. He was really nice. I mean, yeah, it sucks what happened to him. I kind of wish the people on the internet didn't do stuff like that. You know, personally, I've always had a ton of respect for him. Indie Game the movie was like a huge influence for me, a big inspiration, and I love Fez. So, but when I saw him on the street, I think he was doing really well. Yeah, I mean he looked good, and But yeah, I don't really know him that well. I just had like a 5-minute conversation with him. All right. Let's update this arc. All right, so now it's been applied to all sides. I think making it thicker has helped. I'm wondering too if I can, let's do something really crazy like, because I do think there should be more stuff sticking out. Like, I think it's really important to look at the silhouette and see if it's interesting. And I had this idea of playing with something that kind of almost came out like a bit of a... Yeah, I don't know if this will work. Oh, weird. I just noticed the alignment is off. You can see it was like off by 0.25. Guess that means this whole thing is off. Ugh. That's annoying. Oh, it's because this window... this is this annoying thing sometimes with where I miss it, and now everything here is off by 25. Yeah. Okay, let's move this up slightly. Alright, now I think that's fixed. Let's just hit, alright, that should... Alright, that's fixed everything. Okay. So I had this idea of making... Let's see if this works. Alright. For those of you that are watching new... I'm building everything with ProBuilder inside Unity. Black River Elixir. Wish that Holo deal never happened, but IG the movie was amazing. Yes, I've watched it so many times too. In fact, it was, you know, I didn't even it was that movie that inspired me to make video games. Yeah, and it's kind of something that like really keeps you going. I mean, it's the documentary definitely like romanticizes the process a lot. It's I think the day-to-day is not as dramatic. But just like with like this like really intense music. But I remember you thinking that first scene where like Tommy wakes up and he's like, "What the fuck? Our game's not on the store page." And I was like, what's the big deal? Like, people are gonna find out, but actually I now, you know, as my game is sort of, we still got a lot of work to do left, but as it's closer to that stage, just thinking about how much work goes into launch day. That, yeah, like, I mean, if it messes up, that's incredibly stressful. You lose a lot of that's like last 2 years have just been building up for that one moment. Tyven the King, yeah, it's indie game, the movie, highly recommended, beautiful soundtrack. And Jim Guthrie, yeah, he made the soundtrack. I met him in Toronto a few times. He's also a super cool guy. Volumetric snapping. What are you talking about with that? Are you just talking about the grid snapping that I've got here? Alright, let's move this. So, originally I was just gonna make this out to be like this giant block like this. I just had this idea of sticking out, but then I was thinking, actually, you know what, this might be kind of cool if we make it more, if we have it like dip down. I think that might create a more interesting silhouette. Yeah, publishing. I mean, although I think that the mythology, the myth that I think I kept thinking that launching the game, it's like if you don't do well on launch day, you're pretty much completely screwed. And I don't think that's the case. I've been talking to a lot of indies. You know, it's really, you actually have quite a bit of a long tail. So making a game, it doesn't necessarily end after launch. There's a lot of support, and now, you know, people, it takes time for people to discover stuff. So but, you know, of course, I would still love to do well on launch. Let's try this. Well, actually, let's name it. Let's call it corner jut piece. Corner jut piece. Yep, bug fixing, content addition. I would love, I can't promise it, but I would love to have an editor of some sort. You know, something like this, like what I'm doing right now for the player. I think that would be pretty amazing. Ooh. Alright, so now we can use this tool that David wrote. Right, because basically what I can do is relativity, clay merge mesh, and so hopefully this doesn't break. I'm going to save it. If you ever get a new PC to make games on, DLC will be free. As in DLCs you make will be free? I do think that's a really great thing when devs do that, like Octodad. Did free DLC. FTL, when they released the Advanced Edition for free, that was a pretty sweet move. Okay. I like this. Yeah, I like this. It does, I think it definitely needs tweaking. It's a little too... I don't like the way it looks right now, but I do think the way we're out here and getting this view looks pretty interesting. It just, I feel like it needs a little more... Yeah, it looks a little boring right now. Maybe having it not be so symmetrical would help. You know, like having it do this. Oh, yeah, you know what? There needs to be less things that are symmetrical on both sides. Yeah. Okay, this is cool. Check this out. right? So it's more, yeah, I think not having it asymmetrical is going to be pretty interesting. All right, let's see if that works. Yeah, no, microtransactions are... It just changes, it completely changes the way you design games. I'm not a fan of them either. I think it's interesting, I think it needs work right now. Like, I feel like it should come out maybe once more. Like, this doesn't feel intricate enough. This feels very... Yeah, it doesn't feel intricate enough. I love that I can walk on it. Maybe if I add stairs to it. Because I do love this. You know, I should add stairs to it. Oh, and if any of you are new and are watching this, yeah, make sure to follow. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any stuff you'd like to see here on the stream. You think connecting each tower in the game would make it look cool? Which tower? I mean, they are connected sort of along one pillar. The randomly generated routes. I actually cannot have randomly generated stuff in this game just because there's like these main set of puzzles, and then there's a bunch of meta puzzles that are based on those puzzles. So every puzzle in the game is actually 2 or 3 puzzles, but you can't see what those 2 or 3 puzzles. You can't see what those second or third puzzles are until you've gone farther ahead and you sort of made these high-level connections. So what that means, though, is I need to have like complete control, and I need to be completely aware of everything that's going on in the game, and so I cannot actually allow for randomly generated stuff. I would love to, but I don't think it's possible. Ah, you know what? This is it. This is why it looks kind of weird. Maybe instead of columns, maybe fortresses. This feels like a fortress. I'm not too clear what you mean by the definition, though. Wait, main GI, what's that equation? I know, so those of you tuning in, tomorrow, Chris Wade, he is one of the programmers working on the game. He joined about a month ago. He will be on to talk about programming and some of the new changes that have been made. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, he will be the person to ask. Yeah, we're gonna do like a live code review session. Also, on Friday, we were going to be doing, again, kind of the game critique like last time. We did it with Andy James Adams' game, Unmatch. We're going to be doing the same thing. This time, we've got a game from Matthew Duhamel, and Mint. It's called Osiren of Mercury. Oh, man. I need stairs. Anyway, we will be playing that and doing a critique on Friday. I believe Mint and Matthew will both be there, so we can have a discussion about that game. I've only opened it up just to make sure that it runs on my computer. So I've played like the first 5 seconds. I didn't play it would actually be not too strong of a word. I just opened it up and closed it. Everything is too far away. There is a reason for the distance. I'm sure. Let's make a set of stairs. Go with 8 by 8. So that'll give us 16 steps. No back. And let's make that a mesh collider. King Dolphin Guy. What are the different colors for in the editor? Is that just so it's easier for you to see different parts while building? Yes. It's so... Okay, I'll show you an example. If I have this both red... Well, actually that's not. This is red. Then it's... You see, it's like very hard for me to see if they've overlapped. Right? I can't... So there's overlapping geometry. So what I do is I just color each of the... if pieces are touching each other, I try to make sure that they're color-coded differently. I'm using ProBuilder, and they have a vertex coloring function. You can actually, like, look at that in the game. But then, so then at runtime, what happens is I color, then I apply this new material to everything. Nah, these colors would not look nice. It's like, it's too much. It looks like Easter. It looks like someone threw up Easter all over the walls. So, right now what I'm doing is kind of making like a little path that I think would be interesting for the player to walk on down. They actually wouldn't be able to walk up these steps later because it's missing this like collider thing. It's missing the correct colliders for. I'll show you guys what I mean. There needs to be this like invisible slope for players to walk on. Six, 7, 8. I feel like this can come out a little more. It's always, you know, the first few times I can never get the proportions right. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think we've done one segment too many. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember the Nintendo principle, color matters. Color do matter, but I have them, you know, in the game they actually are they do have mechanical reasons why they exist. I should make them look more like ruins. I was thinking like this. How about like having the path kind of come and be like this. You know, so that it's more... This feels more ruinish. What if I just ended it there? That looks more ruinish. Yeah, that looks too boring with... Yeah, you know what, let's go with this. Hey, Andy James Adams! Thank you for tuning in. We are near the end of the stream, but hello, thank you for stopping by. It is almost over, but don't worry, we will be on tomorrow. Though I am having a really... I think I might do it for like another 15 minutes. Kind of just kidding. We got the update section went on for a little longer. I actually mentioned you earlier. We were just talking about Unmatch. Hey, Chichi 137. You are thinking about a new game? A game when you can make love to other gay people? Okay. I'm not sure if you are bringing that up to troll or if you are actually making a game as a statement. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully you're not trolling. It's not... Maybe I shouldn't just read everything that people type. Right, so I do think this can kind of come down a little bit more. Oh, you are trolling me? Cool, thanks. Well, yeah, I know there's a guy like Robert Yang, he's I think he's an adjunct at NYU, and he makes a lot of games about homosexuality and like eroticism in his work, and that's interesting. So I don't know. I didn't know if you were making something like that, or if you were just trying to get me to say something stupid. Cool, Andy James Adams. Yeah, I'll put it up on the on YouTube. Cool. Yeah, I don't think there was a joke. All right, let's see this. Let's see if this works now with this kind of extension. Was the interview today or tomorrow? The you mean the chat with Chris, the programmer? That'll be tomorrow, and we'll be going over. I don't really like. Let me see this. The weekend playing game thing? Did I say something about that? What weekend playing game? Oh, you mean like a game stream on the weekend? I'm not sure if I have time. I don't want to commit to anything right now, just because currently the streaming schedule I have is pretty intense. David Lasky wrote the Mesh Optimizer script. He will also be on at some point. Yeah, I don't like these arms. So what happened to my... Oh, because I didn't tag them as stairs. Hold on a second. Oh, does my mesh combine automatically? No, it doesn't have a renderer. Oh, right, you see, because I forgot to put them... Tower 3. Oh, wait, you work with Lasky? Oh, cool. Yeah, he's great. Keeping me trying to keep the stream going. I've always wanted to make a game about being in post-apocalyptic world where you are the only one left and you try to find out what happened and why you are still alive. Yeah, I know David. David does a ton of stuff. Ah, forgot to tag it as environment. Yeah, we're gonna have David on at some point too to talk about kind of editor scripting and optimization. He's done some really great stuff. Oh, weird. Oh, right, because I needed to update that. This tool. Relativity. Right, Chichiri137. Oh, it looks like he left. Alright, I guess he just showed up and trolled me and then left. That's too bad. Meaning, chapter 1. I think these should go somewhere. Oh. These need to go somewhere. I don't like that they just like these are just sort of randomly here. I feel like they should go somewhere. I guess they can just go down. Yeah, there are a lot of blue names here. What is up with that? Yeah, I don't like the way it just ends. It definitely needs to go somewhere. We'll connect the loop. This game plus Titanfall. Does Titanfall have parkour? Isn't Titanfall the game where you're in mechs? You might like Lemma. Tyven the King. Tyven is King. You might want to check out Lemma. That's got a that is an indie parkour game by Evan Todd. Super cool guy. He wrote it all in XNA. He spent like 5 years on it. But that is a game. It's a voxel-based parkour game. I think you'd like it. Okay, I have not played Titanfall. So let's. Well, okay, well, first of all, these stairs should be up here. Delete that, move this up. Lemma. No, it doesn't have endless repeating world, but it is awesome. And Evan's a cool guy. Evan actually helped some of the Minecraft devs, like on Reddit. He posted this way to do some programming thing, and then one of the Minecraft developers responded and was like, "Oh man, you just actually like helped us with optimization on a problem." So he's got some programmer street cred there. Minecraft, it's this tiny indie game. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Eiffel65, I'm blue. Abadia Badai. I think in like middle school we were all talking about what exactly that guy was saying. That was so long ago. Okay, I do think this should wrap around. Okay. So yeah, so if any of you guys are working on a puzzle game, it's a work in progress puzzle game, definitely send it in for the critique. I don't think it's ever too early to show stuff and get feedback on it. I benefited tremendously from receiving feedback on Relativity early on. Yeah, only $2 billion. I mean, nowadays that's pretty run-of-the-mill indie success, if you ask me. And the company that bought them, who was it again? Some no-name. They made some interior decorating software or something. Oh man, something else I want to ask. Anton Kuden, he's this other dev, he's making Megasphere. Which looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm like super jealous every time he posts GIFs of that game. It looks so good. But he was saying he had suggested adding like a time-lapse camera in the game. But I guess since I'm recording already, I can just use this. Like he suggested having kind of like Minecraft where there's a separate time-lapse camera. But I think we can just do a time-lapse of this scene. Hypothetically, I am an awesome 3D artist that happens to suck at coding. How would I pair with someone to make an epic game experience? Tyven is king. So, my suggestion for you would be to learn a bit of coding. It's not that hard. And I spend some time on it, because what's going to really help, if you're a 3D artist that can code, you're going to be, like, you're going to make some great looking stuff. What you should do, you should just know enough. You don't need to, like, be, like a software architect, but you know enough that you can sort of make ideas happen. You can get stuff moving, you can test out early game ideas, and then once you know you've got something, like you got that cool game loop, you got this cool mechanic that's worth exploring, iterate on that some more, and then bring on someone to make the game once you kind of have those basics down. That's what I did. Like, I'm an okay programmer, but not great. And definitely working with Chris and working with David, I'm just like, you know, they're doing stuff in ways that are so much more efficient than I would have thought of doing. But I did get the game far enough that I knew I had these great ideas working, that bring them on, it was just like, we weren't working on design at that point. Well, I mean, we're still doing a lot of design, but it's like there's so much stuff that they can just go in and clean up. So you should do that, I think. Andy James Adams. Yes, you did send us, you did start a trend here. You know, I actually, because I've wanted something like a level design critique show, and I was kind of hoping someone else would do it. because I know they have like I worked in advertising for 7 months several years ago, and they have like portfolio critiques. And I know in the I remember seeing one for like motion graphics. People do like moving stuff for animations for commercials, and they were doing like a live portfolio review, and I was like always like, oh man, that would be so cool to have in games, and I haven't seen anyone doing that. So let's so yeah, I mean I was hoping someone else would do it, but I guess we're doing it here, so that's also pretty cool. A Skype call during the critique, we might do that. Maybe we can talk to Matt to see if he wants to call in during Skype. Yeah. The thing with programming is you gotta keep doing it every day for like 3 months, because you need that. Like, your brain has to start thinking like a programmer, and it just takes time to settle in. There's like nothing especially hard about it. There's just a lot of stuff. So always have a project. Have something simple like try making. I would say Snake, but Snake is actually pretty hard if you're using Unity. Make a game where you like run around and collect rings, and once you collect 100 rings, you go through a gate. Like, just do that. Can you join the call? You critique very well, Black River Alex here. Well, the thing is, then we'll have just too many. I don't know if we'll do that yet. Because I do like it, have the conversation be in the chat as well. So, but yeah, it would be cool to have, at least having the creator call in would be super, super cool. You know what? I will talk to Matt and Mint and see if that's something they would be interested in. Of course, also, like, not everybody wants to show their face on the stream. The other problem is also that then you introduce like a whole other set of technical difficulties. Like, if their internet connection isn't working that well, then we can't hear them. But I think it's good enough that it's definitely worth a try. We'll do it. I mean, there's no like set way of doing things. We're just kind of making rules as we go along, which is what makes this really fun. All right, I really need to stop soon. It's 10:15. Do I only critique puzzle games? No, I would be open to critiquing all sorts of games. I think it's just because people who are watching the stream and are making games tend to be puzzle people. But I would be open to other stuff. I think, though, my strength are probably mostly... Well, no. I don't know. If you, like, sent in an RPG... I don't play a lot of RPGs, so I don't know how helpful my feedback there would be. But perhaps even then it might be interesting to get feedback from someone who doesn't play a lot of RPGs. Yeah, so I think I'm totally open to any other games. Half-Life 2's puzzles. I've never finished Half-Life 2. Their puzzles, I did play a few of them. I mean, they're all physics-based. What kind of platformer? Spherical Penguin? You mean 2D platformer? Yeah, I mean, if you want to send that along, I'd be more than happy to check it out. More than happy to have you on the stream talking about it. We'd love to critique it. I know a lot of indies are like worried about showing ideas too early, but I don't think so. I think as an indie, your biggest enemy is obscurity. And I think it's really mobile games that has the cloning issue. Like, I can't really think of anyone in the PC space that's like Ketchup. You guys know Ketchup? They just like, I think they're a French developer, but all they do is just clone successful games. Alright, the thing with physics-based puzzles is they can be very finicky execution-wise. I actually don't have any physics-based... Like, games are based on physics ideas, but I'm not using any actual engine physics. Have I played Splitter or Transplant? I've not played in either of those. I haven't played Transplant or Splitter. Showing off an engine's abilities. Is that Black River Elixir? Is that what why you're making the game to show off your engine? There used to be the saying that your idea is worthless, your game is gold. Yes. Yeah, idea is worthless, your game is gold. With the emergence of cloning, people have this fear of open development. Yeah, I mean, I had the idea for this game in 10 minutes, and it's been 2.5 years of execution to try to get it to where it is now. I mean, Threes is a weird example because the idea is so simple. Like, you're just sliding numbers on a 4x4 panel. Just so easy to clone. But, I mean, even if you look at 2048 and Threes, like, Threes is so much more polished. It's beautiful. It's, like, made with soul and... But I also feel like the mobile market, people don't care too much. Whereas I think the PC market and console market is different. People actually want, like, a good experience. I don't know, everyone talks about the PC market being super saturated nowadays. I mean, so I don't, like, a lot of, like, I had this lawyer come up to me. This lawyer sent me an email after E3. He saw it on E3 and he was like, oh yeah, you know, your game is simple, like Tetris. And I'm like, no way, man, this game, it's like, he was worried about people cloning it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, if someone wants to, like, deal with the nightmare of designing in infinite space with 6 gravities and putting 6 worlds in one on all these puzzles, like, good luck with that. I mean, this is not, yeah. You do not want to clone this game. Trust me. Like, if you don't, there's so much stuff, if you don't do it right, it's just going to be a complete disaster. 2D, I'm not terribly worried about showing it at this point. I'm just trying to get out there so people know about it. Yes, a spherical penguin, send it to us. We would love to check it out. Oh, you know what, Main GI? I have played Splitter. 20. Threes meets Tetris. Oh, Black River. I've heard Source is very, very difficult to use. Okay. This is gonna be it for today. This is gonna be it. I'm not super happy with the way these stairs are done. I might even get rid of it, but that is what we have. Ah, Unium. Yeah, I do like the way they look in the distance, though. I mean, what do you guys think of the this, like, corner jutting out stairs thing? I think it can be done better. I think like, it's really cool walking on this, but I think there's a better way to do this. I'm not super happy with the way it looks right now. Because what I would like to do is Just jump down here. Okay. I think it can be better done. I think it'd be cool if it connected to another tower. That's why I think it. That's what I think. And I also think that because what eventually something that I want to do is have a path. The interview. Helix style staircase puzzle. I do have kind of a helix style. Link Black River, which interview are you talking about? Are you talking about the PlayStation E3 live stream? You talking about this one? I just linked to it. Alright, this is gonna be it. No more. I gotta wrap it. It's getting late here. Yes, Aiko. Yeah, I was getting that feeling too. Kind of when you're outside. I do want to recreate that feeling. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes. Thank you, Andy James Adam, for the link. That's, yeah, that's the, it goes to my website, and you can just email it to me there. Put like game critique in the title, so I know. Okay. Alright, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching the stream. Still a little bummed that person came by earlier and trolled me. I actually thought he had like you know, an interesting game idea that he was trying to make, but it seemed like he was just trying to get me to say something stupid. But I guess that's good. Maybe there's more people watching now, so trolls come with the territory. Anyway, if you're new and you enjoy the stream, follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you all. And yeah, thanks for coming by, Tyvin. Kettlecorn. Yeah. I'm not actually down. It just I was like, man, we had such like a good vibe here in the chat room. But maybe I might ask some of you, if some of you that are interested and have been watching for a while, if you want to be moderators, I think that would be helpful. But you guys can let me know next time. All right, thanks guys. Have a good night, and I will be on tomorrow. Chris will be here. We'll talk about programming, and then on Friday we'll do the game critique. And if you have something you're working on, send it to me.